everybody out there in ClapBack land. It is your girl Jay the Goddess with the second to last episode of season 1 of ClapBack Queens and Kings. We've come a long way. We're starting to define ourselves, starting to understand exactly what it is that this whole thing is we started here. It's a part of the museum. This is the contemporary part, right? Like, this is me collecting the stories of the people that have been existing with me, my peers, to most effect, right? And this is entertainment. This is fun. This is lessons. This is life, right? I'm really excited. I thank you. Today's guest is you. No, there's no guest today. Because again, I think that we are the dream. I think that a part of clapback culture is the fact that we're the dream and we get to do things our own way. We get to decide if we're going to have a guest or not. We get to decide how long our shows are. We get to decide all these things. And I didn't have a guest planned for today because it's Martin Luther King Day. I had full charge of my interns as they didn't have, classes. So I had to be full-time teacher today, not just part-time teacher. And I felt like that is a part of being the dream, right? Living the dream. We are the dream. We are the living dream. We're not living the dream. We are the living dream, I feel. And so today I felt Dr. King would be proud that I prioritized what I needed to do internally. But also remember that I have a responsibility to y'all and to myself, right? That accountability to me, myself, and to y'all because I made this commitment and y'all keep showing up. So how could I not show up for you? I know it's a little bit later. It's California time. Hey, get used to it because we're international. So I'm going to start with the meditation for today because it's the most appropriate thing. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll pull a card. Yeah. Who knows? So for today, Monday the 18th, the quote's from Mary Evans, and it says, "I have never been contained except that I made the prison." Damn! I have never been contained except that I made the prison. So heavy. And when you concern yourself with only doing what others think you can do, you lay the floor of your prison. When you conform your activities based on what others might say, you put the bars around your prison. When you allow what others have done or are doing to determine what you can do, you build the roof of your prison. When you allow fear, competition, or greed to guide your actions, you lock yourself up and throw away the key. Oh. It is our concern over what others say, do, and think about us that imprisons our minds, body, and spirit. What others think about me is not my concern. What others think about me is not my concern. That's a heavy ass meditation, and it perfectly falls on Martin Luther King Day. And I'm going to tell you why. Because this is my theory about being Black, period, in the world, but especially in America. Who gonna check me, boo? No, for real. For real. What others think about what you are doing as a Black person on any level should not matter to you, to act, to do the things you can do for yourself. Because here's the thing, a lot of us don't even try. I know that for a lot of the year, I felt like I was being held hostage by this pandemic, The pandemic has held me hostage because it stifled my ability to make money, or so I thought. Because I thought I could only really make money to sustain my life or make a life that is sustainable by working a job for someone else, right? Clocking in, clocking out. It's immediate, but it's also a short-term solution. When you only working for jobs, I realized that's a form of holding myself hostage because I'm not meant to work for somebody else. Obviously. I'm not meant to live in a menial job. I'm not meant to struggle. Period. And I know that a lot of my personal art came out of feeling like struggle was a part of Black. It's not. it's a prison that we built ourselves in. Yes, struggle is a part of life because struggle is a part of growth. So struggle is a part of life. But it doesn't have to be anymore. We now live in this wondrous age where I, as a creative who wants to be a artist that leaves behind a legacy that impacts the next generation, to let them believe, or even impacts this generation now, to help them break free of every way that we thought we had to be in order to make something of ourselves. What does that mean, Joy? What that means is, when I was young, I was raised in respectability politics. So as a Black girl, as a young lady, rather, I had to act a certain way, right? And women are still taught to act like ladies, even though no one ever stresses how important it is for a man to be a gentleman, how important being a gentleman is. A gentleman is just somebody who doesn't give a fuck about anything except the right thing. The problem is that we live in this world where right and wrong is so layered and complex and nuanced. And I feel as if the basic right and the basic wrong, right? Like, people don't deserve to starve. People don't deserve to suffer. People don't deserve to not have access to equitable educational resources or health resources or living resources, because, right? I remember growing up and hearing about welfare queens, like Black, welfare was always attached to Black for a long time, and it still is now. Let me tell you something. In the last 15 years, there have been more working class people on welfare because we don't earn a living wage. And that's regardless of race. There are a bunch of people with jobs making that minimum wage or even making $20 an hour that can't feed their fucking family because they're the only income there. So what do? Do what we want. Like, Black people for a long time have had, part of what I learned through sociology is like, we've had a great impact on a culture, on a country, on a world that still does not see us as equal human beings, which is why no one can see the hypocrisy. Amanda Seales was talking about this the other day on Instagram, and it's so true. And I don't understand why it's taken a lot of people so long to understand this. Yes, it's one country, but no, it's two realities. Because if people are not seeing the hypocrisy in things, steadily denying the hypocrisy in things, and yet still trying to move forward, or rather move backwards, right? Because everybody wants to go back to normal. Normal was kind of whack when you don't have a fucking steady career job. And even in industries like my own, where like I had a career, I was a chef. Being a chef is a career. Yes, I can continue being a chef, but I have to like restart it as a small business. And I have to get all these specific health and safety things, and find a kitchen that's commercial and a space that like of my own, which is great. However, is that immediately possible? No. Will that provide relief? No. So the choice in 2020 to make my own art is much in line with the meditation of what other people think about me is not my concern. Me writing books, I shouldn't not write the books I want to write, because somebody else thinks whatever they want to think about me. I shouldn't not perform poetry or not make songs, not make music because somebody doesn't like my voice. One person might not like my voice, or somebody doesn't understand my lyrics, or because somebody wants to spread rumors and cut me out of try to cut me out of communities that help to build me, that I've only tried to help build. No, I can't stop what I'm doing simply because somebody else thinks something that is adverse to what I think about myself. And when I apply that to Black people right now, where everybody is trying to it feels like things are kind of trying to put the burden on us to like fix or still teach white people how to fix themselves. And it's like, no. That's on y'all. That's on y'all. Right now, what I got to do is figure out how to fix ourselves. how we continue, right? There was a lot of energy earlier in 2020, especially when the Black Lives Matter protests and things started getting heated. And even like there was a small jolt of interest in Black business again and Black art and Black people again with this latest revolt, right? This failed coup that happened 2 weeks ago. So last summer, I got a jolt, and I know this is true for a lot of people that a lot of other Black businesses. I got a jolt of business thrown to my website. Like my website was crazy busy for like maybe a month and a half straight. I had orders on orders on orders, and I kept making new stuff and putting new stuff up. But then somewhere around September, went back to business as usual. October, I'll say. And I see it that like it's reflected across the board in the dropping of people, other people promoting Black businesses, and it just like really I reflect on my own life to like see the world, because what I also understand is that even though we're all snowflakes, our stories are all the same. It's all blanketed, so we have to like really continuously talk to each other about them and share them. We have to create spaces. This is what the basis of the Juneteenth Project came from, right? I don't care what anybody says about me, because I know where my heart is at, where my heart has always been at when creating and curating art. It's my love of story and the understanding that as a griot, we must have a place that reflects all of the facets of our diamond, of the diamonds, that we are. There's so many people that contribute to culture. Culture is not one person. Just like change isn't one person, and society isn't one person, or even one small group of people. Except when you talk about Black people, which, fun fact, if you don't know, Black women contain the Eve gene. We're the only ones that have the Eve gene, where we can make any type of people on Earth. Any type. Any type. We contain the mitochondrial DNA for every type of person. So what does that tell you? That we are in everything. So the only way to really truly start to understand and really unravel and undo the damage of racism and capitalism and patriarchy and sexism and ableism and homophobia and imperialism, right, which is the original sin, is to start being able to understand all that Black encompasses, which is everything. Which means each and every one of us that lives right now, the living dream, alive right now, you and I, and you, and you, and you, and whoever else, your mama and your cousins and all of them, are all important. Everything that we do is important, especially when we do it for each other. So, as I reflect on this meditation and just like give my life as an anecdote for how you can see it in yours, understanding that I had to create the Juneteenth Project. I had to still make my visual art. I still have to write. I still have to sing. I still have to do ClapBack Queens and Kings. I still have to try to make a network that is built and equitable, that is built by and for the creators that created it, right? Something that's more equitable to us, especially now that everything is digital. You telling me if I help to build the largest broadcast network on internet and we make billions of dollars and everybody that is an owner has shares in that $1 billion company, everybody that's a creator has shares in that $1 billion company, that's a bad thing? That's selfish? How is that selfish on me? I'm not going to get any more rich than anybody else. Because I'm already wealthy. Y'all understand this? I'm already wealthy. I inherit a legacy. I'm a fucking disco princess. See, 2020 made us forget about who the fuck we are. Everything that we've been through. I learned that. This is another lesson, right? Because I just got another tattoo by Soul Rebel. Shout out to Soul Rebel Tattoos. right? So she was up here recently. We just did another session. She added this, and it's a relatively small tattoo. It's like my 20th one, so I shouldn't have been in any pain. However, she got like maybe halfway in the outline. I was screaming like a bitch, like ah! I couldn't take the pain. And I realized it's because 2020 mentally held us hostage, held me hostage. It tried to hold our spirits and our minds hostage. And for some of us, it worked for a little while. Some of us, it worked on and off. Some of us, it didn't. Some of us remembered. So let me get back to the story. She finishes and I get through it. And we had a whole conversation. It was just like, she said something that was quick, like, don't forget what your body has already done. I don't know why this is giving you pain, but it has to be more mental than physical because it has to be something else. Think about your body. Think about this. Think about what your body endures, what your body, And when I remembered what my body has endured, when I remembered, yeah, I'm a mom of 2. I pushed out babies out this body. I have 19 other tattoos. This is a fucking bike ride. And I know how to ride a bike. So the next night she went back, she did the color, that pink and pop, that popping ass pink you see on my arm. The next night she goes back, she does the color, and guess what? And this is what I decided to do. I'm gonna rap through my whole tattoo. Because I realized I just gotta mentally detach from what's going on here. That's like I gotta explore, I gotta root myself in my body and remember that my body has carried me through so much. My body has carried me through things I thought I would die from. And I am still here. And so if you go to my Instagram is right there. That's my Instagram right here. So if you go to my Instagram, you'll see the video of me getting my tattoo done and rapping these song ideas in my head, lyrics in my head. And the divinity that came with remembering, yo, bitch, you a high priestess. Bitch, you a mama too, but like, girl, if you don't stop this bullshit, and let me tell you, that shading went easy, breezy, beautiful. It was so simple to get my tattoo done. There was no actual pain. I remembered how much I love the pain, and I also remembered something important, that this is the pain I choose. And by me choosing this pain, can't nothing else hurt me. Because this is the pain I love. This is the pain I deserve. This is the pain I deserve. This thing that makes me a beautiful tapestry of a story. This is the pain I deserve. So it's like, what about that story makes any sense and relates to this meditation and what I'm saying about Black people? What I'm saying about Black people is that by us always remembering what we've been through, we will always be okay. Because when you know what you can handle, it's easy. It's cake. It's cake. And because I know what I can handle people throwing rumors my way. I can handle people trying to come at me, telling me, I can handle people that just believe rumors and don't take a second to actually have a conversation. I can believe people that would rather live in cancel culture than clapback culture walking away from me. Because I have before. I have survived so much other things that are worse than this. And 2020, I think, is that thing that was supposed to remind us. 2021 is the year that here we are. Yo, remember what you've been through, you lived through 2021, nigga. You can handle anything. You can handle anything. So this new struggle, right? This new struggle I'm in is not one of poverty, because I'm no longer in a poverty mindset. I'm able to be out of it. The struggle is the struggle I choose because I know how to hustle through it. Because I know that my work is valuable. I know that it's necessary. So now I can't stop and I won't stop. And it doesn't matter what anybody thinks about me. And thus, what other people think about me is not my concern. My concern is what I'm here for. What I got to do. What I'm supposed to do. What I'm supposed to do on this earth. That's my concern. And that's what yours should be too. Sorry, guys. I'm getting over a head cold. I promise you, no, I don't have the corona. I ain't got Rona, ain't no parts of my house. Because those who do know me, those of y'all who know me, y'all know I am a fucking low-key neat freak. Like, low-key neat freak. Because I'm saying, like, my house isn't always, like, Stepford wife clean, right? But it's not, like, a huge mess. Like, that's how I keep my desk. And I'm going to clean it off. You know, I mop my floors, like, 3 or 4 times a week. And all that jazz. So I wipe down every handle. Anytime somebody comes over, if if my kids sleep in my bed, I wash my sheets. It's really, it's the little things. However, so anyway, moving on from the meditation, I want to do something special because another thing I remember is that, again, High Priestess, bitch. And I wanted to pull a card for 2020. I want to add that because people like tarot these days. I like to use this deck, which is Oracle deck. It's a Starseed Oracle deck. It has such beautiful illustrations if you want to look at that. Anyway, I have always loved tarot cards, and I don't take this as a thing, but I believe in energy. So I'm pulling a card for 2020 because y'all stuck with me, and it's MLK Day, and we live in dreams. I also heard a really great quote the other day that I wanted to share with you, and it goes, "What if the dream is the seed and you are the fruit? Live in your sweetness." And I was like, yes. Right, so I'm going to pick a card. Just one. I'm pulling one card for 2021. That's it. One card. Ha. It's a perfect card, too. Your life is a canvas. That's the card for 2021. Your life is a canvas. Artist, manifestation, creative accountability. What was I saying? We're the living dream, right? We are the living dream. So our life is the canvas and we hold the brush. You got to remember this. It's really easy for Black people to get wrapped up in our heads, and in this time of where we're talking about tackling mental health, but every time I look around, all I see is some very unhealthy ways of dealing with mental health with each other and ourselves, right? Again, I'm referring to cancel culture. Because when we're willing to walk away or just push people away or just cut them out or whatever and discount all of what they are, it doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help anyone, especially not the person that you say you care about when we talk about mental health. Your life is a canvas. I just want to explain this to you. And it's also, if you notice, this is the last card in the deck. It's the last card in the book, right? Because not in the deck. It wasn't in order or anything. You saw me shuffling. But this is the last card in the book, which is interesting because it's a new era. You're the artist of your life, and your life is a canvas. Take responsibility for your ability to create. Earth is known as a planet of manifestation. Your present moment is based on your past thoughts and beliefs. Your current thoughts determine your future. What kind of life do you want to create for the future? What are you being called to create? Reconnect with your manifesting power and align your thoughts, feelings, actions with the vibration that matches them. It's never too late to start, and no experience is required. All you need is an open heart and mind and consistent daily action. If you're not sure what you like to create, start instead with the feeling of deep gratitude for all that's good in life right now. State out loud that you're most thankful for. Look for the good in your life, and one thing will be certain: you'll find yourself attracting more and more good experiences into your world. This card is inviting you to see your entire life as a canvas, and the picture is completely up to you. Color it with your thoughts and feelings. Create the life that you want most to live. You will also be called to be more creative in your everyday life. What have you been called to create, and how can you express yourself more creatively? What are we being called to create in this life, right? We see what we're being called to create. We're being called to create a more equitable place for everyone. we are being called to create a society that cooperates with each other, that no one is invisible in, or at least no one ever feels invisible in. Because when you feel invisible, you do desperate things. When you feel invisible, you do things based on how you feel, not based on what's actually happening. Right? That's why all these white people that tried to take over the Capitol are so mad. They're starting to feel invisible because now we are becoming more visible, instead of realizing that the more you see us, the more you will be able to clearly see yourself. And just because you don't like what you're seeing right now does not mean there is no path to redemption. How we redeem ourselves is on us. It's on the world we choose to create with each other, and for each other, and for ourselves. Duh. Like, it's all science. Energy is all reciprocal. What you put out is what you get back, right? We could talk about manifestation all day, but then don't realize that by perpetuating a cancel culture of like, fuck that, fuck this, fuck them, fuck, no, get out of here, get out of here. Like, all you're doing is blocking your own blessings, dog. You're blocking your blessings, and therefore you're blocking mine. That's not to say that boundaries or space, giving space or taking your own space away from the collective and others, or someone who causes you harm, is not necessary. But that's not the same thing as canceling somebody. It's not the same thing as saying this person doesn't exist anymore, or they're not worthy or important, or whatever. Like, they're not anything anymore. They mean nothing. That's the difference. Saying I can't talk to you right now is not the same thing as saying you don't exist in the world anymore, or you don't deserve to exist in the world. Quick story, anecdotal, because again, we're just getting things off. We're speculating about 2021, and I'm talking about cancel culture in general. What I find interesting is that there will be things that are built on the betterment of all of us, and yet not all of us are included in all of us. Think about that for a second. I'm not saying that you gotta be around everyone all the time. I'm not saying that being like everyone doesn't need their own space. But I am saying that we need to reconsider what we are building going forward and how we are building it. Because if we're still building it, excluding people that we see as a problem, then that's also a fucking problem. That's kind of how we got here. People building a whole country off of our back while also excluding those same people as not worthy of or less than. And as much as we want to believe that you can change things from the inside, there's no changing something from the inside, because in order to get inside, you must conform. You must erase everything that connects you to the organic and natural world. You must change all of who you are to get in close enough. And by that time, everything you wanted to change is what you are, because you had to become that thing to change it, if that makes any sense. I'm not a politician. I don't want to be. I'm not a preacher, even though I am ordained. I'm just a poet and a deep thinker, a vertical philosopher. And I believe in Black people. I believe in the fact that we can only be the ones to change our world, change the world for the better. Anywho, that is my broadcast tonight. Wednesday is our final episode of season 1. I was hoping some people would drop in here, but maybe some folks will drop in on Wednesday and we can have a round table. But either way, I'll still be back on Wednesday with a meditation for the final meditation for 2021. And cool things happening this week. I wrapped with Supreme Bars. I was in the Supreme Bars competition this week. So on tomorrow on YouTube, look up Supreme. Go to the Supreme Bar channel on YouTube, and I will be in that episode of this season. I'm really excited for that. I can't wait to find out who won. I don't know if I won. They don't tell you because it's he's got a shout out to Roberto for that elaborate, like the way he set up his competition now. So dope. I'm really, really proud of you for continuing to be able to be versatile and flip your game and, just pivot in this vital moment right now, because this is what we need. We need more of this. You know what I'm saying? We need to have archives, so many archives. We need to build this shit up and so that it can never be forgotten that we existed, that we are here, and the evidence of how we contributed to shifting culture and society and policy and practice, and it's there. It exists in the world, okay? So yeah, tomorrow night, Tuesday, January 19th at 8 p.m. on the Supreme Bars YouTube channel. You can tune into that battle. It's going to be dope. A lot of phenomenal MCs are on it. Shout out to all the MCs, Mega Cyph, Annie, are you okay? I don't have the Instagram in front of me, so without it, I don't know who else is on the squad, but I'll look it up for y'all because obviously I want to know. So I'm going to look it up real quick. So it is me, Jay the Goddess. It is okay, my bad. It is DJ Ray Black as a producer. There's Hova Beats on the production side. The Jimmy 2 production, shout out to you. Stanley Ipkiss, Pike, and T-Wave, all on the production side. And then on the other side of it, which is the MC side, it's myself, Annie, are you okay? King Triple, King James, Mega Cyph, and Notorious R.E.D. I am so excited to go up against these guys. I haven't rapped in a minute, and I haven't heard them rap in a minute, so it's going to be so much fun. Make sure you tune in. It's absolutely free, but you know what you should be doing right now with the artists? Throw some ducats in our Venmo buckets, or our Cash App buckets, or our PayPal buckets, or that right there at the bottom of the screen is all the information that you need to support me and mine. You know what I'm saying? Me and my endeavors. I got a lot of projects going on. I think you might like one that's coming up, and so I'll give you a little sneak of it. What does that mean? It means ransom notes are coming. Nah, that's my new series called Proof of Life. It's gonna be an artistic series, and it'll be out here. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today. I think, remember to be patient with yourself and each other. Remember to be kind with yourself and each other, because we are still in a pandemic. So if you go out, please socially distance, wear a mask, wash your hands. I don't know why we still gotta be saying that, but we do. Hey, if you do it, you gotta leave your house, man. Be as safe as possible, guys, because it's up to each and every one of us to do what we need to do so that we can all heal together. You know what I'm saying? So we can all get better. So that's our part. Don't forget to keep being yourself, because everybody else is taken. And I'll see you Wednesday night at 7. Yes, I will. No, I'll see you Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. Yeah, 8 o'clock, we're going to be final episode of season 1. Anybody that's seeing this or has been on or wants to get on or, wants to participate in the roundtable, please hit me up and I'll shoot you the link for Wednesday at 8. We will be doing the final episode of ClapBack Queens and Queens season 1. I'm really excited. Am I? I don't know. But right now I am going to go think about what will happen in the future, because maybe we'll extend the season. Maybe we'll come back with season 2 in February. Who knows? Anything can happen in a pandemic. Believe in yourself, yo. Nobody else will until you